The Sports Renegades podcast on SportsTownChicago.com. Welcome back to Sports Renegades here on SportsTownChicago.com. I'm Ryan Stuprich.
And I'm Ryan Risky.
And now we're going to turn our attention to the NBA as there's been a lot of stuff going on in the NBA as far as free agents are concerned and people getting signed. The biggest thing so far probably would be LaMarcus Aldridge going to the Spurs, I would say. That's a pretty big deal. I mean, other than that, there's been some surprising things too. The Spurs really have a good team now after they re-signed Kawhi Leonard, and they have LaMarcus Aldridge, and they have a pretty darn good team. So they're going to be a force again, that's for sure. But of course, there are some players complaining about money, as Ryan Risky said before the break, including John Wall and some other guys too. So it's going to be really weird to see where all these players end up.
It really will be, and you kind of wonder if some of these players are going to start criticizing the NBA about the salaries, because the salary cap is supposed to explode after next season. Players will be, in 2 seasons, when players will be able to be getting a lot more money. As you saw, John Wall's complaining that Reggie Jackson got the same amount of money as him.
Right. I
mean, 5 years, $80 million, that's a pretty good contract. Why are you complaining about that?
Yeah.
Because some other team even paid him that much money? I mean, no player is worth the money they ever get. The team gives it to him.
Yeah, I mean, we sort of saw that. I know you're not a big fan of Jimmy Butler, but he did get a big contract. So I think it was, $90 million? Something like that?
Yeah, too much.
4 or 5 years, $90 million?
5 years.
5 years, $90 million. He's 25 years old. I mean, he's a great player. Is he worth the money? Probably
Absolutely
not, but they didn't
not.
want him to get away.
So
that's what they do in the NBA now.
They should have traded him to the Lakers for the number 2 pick and gotten Okafor.
I don't like that, but I know. I mean, it was definitely something that they probably thought about. I don't know. But I think overall, I mean, they wanted to keep Jimmy Butler.
Oh, I know they did. They did want to keep Jimmy. He wasn't going anywhere.
Some other big moves that happened.
LeBron James signed another 2-year deal with Cleveland with another opt-out.
Same with Kevin Love. According to Kevin Love, he was never going to leave. I find that hard to believe.
I find that really hard to believe.
Yeah, I think if the price is right, he would have went to another team. Marcus Gasol had a big contract extension with the Grizzlies.
Anthony Davis had the biggest of them all.
Yes.
5 years, $145 million.
Yeah.
Did you know that when the salary cap explodes, there's a rumor that LeBron will be able to sign a 5-year, $204 million deal?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's really strange, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think anything, though, will be as crazy as the whole DeAndre Jordan saga.
No, that was the strangest thing that you'll ever see.
You can't just back out of a commitment like that.
Yeah, Jordan stays put, signs multi-year deal with Clippers. He was going to Dallas, wasn't he? I mean, he was supposed to be.
And kudos to Mark Cuban that after that whole ordeal, he told Wesley Matthews, if you would like to pursue another team in free agency because of this, you can. And Wesley said no, he wanted to stay.
Yeah, which I'm glad he said for his sake.
I mean, that was unbelievable. That's why I hate the thing I hate about NBA and NFL free agency is you can negotiate for a week and then you're allowed to sign it. Like, no, it should be free agency starts this day. That's when you can negotiate. Because then things like this happen.
Right.
Because DeAndre Jordan's contract would have been signed.
That's right. And, and of course it didn't. And there was a lot of funny stuff going on social media when that was all going down,
Chris
too.
Broussard. He
Very
knows
interesting.
absolutely nothing.
No,
He's always wrong.
I don't take him seriously at all.
Neither do I. Don't follow him either, except when he's
really bad.
I just saw, I think it might have been a Deadspin article that showed him tweeting nasty things to Mark Cuban. and saying that my sources had that you're crying all day and that you're stalking DeAndre.
Yeah, like why would he be doing
that? And you have no idea where DeAndre is, and Mark Cuban's just like, you don't know anything.
Right.
And then, of course, Chris Broussard sent out, and then he's like, oh, my sources tell me this. And then he sent out an apology when Mark Cuban proved him wrong.
Right. Another big contract that we were talking about this was Draymond Green getting the 5-year, $85 million deal with the Warriors. That's more understandable because it's a championship team.
Can you tell me how tall he is? Is he 6'8" or 6'11"? Just click on his name.
Yes, I will tell you in just a moment.
I know he was starting at center, and I was kind of shocked when he started at center that one game in the finals. I'm wondering if they would like him to play center next season. I know he's a fantastic defender.
He is 6'7".
Okay. Yeah, they paid a lot.
So a little shorter than you thought.
Yeah, they paid a lot of money for him.
Yeah, they did. Kirk Heinrich has his 1-year deal with the Bulls.
He opted into his deal, and
isn't that exciting?
Pissed off a lot of people. Like, nobody wants Kirk Heinrich. The Bulls didn't even sign a single guy. All they did was re-sign Dunleavy, re-sign Brooks, re-sign Butler.
Right.
And the thing with the Dunleavy thing is that he got more money than his first contract with the Bulls.
And then, of course, there's a little bit of a saga going on with Enes Kanter, too. He signed a max offer sheet with the Blazers, but the Thunder matched it. So he has some exciting things to do. Will he stay with the Thunder? Will he go to the Blazers? Who knows?
Well, he has to stay if the Thunder match.
Right, which they did. So I don't know if he's mad about that or what.
I would be.
Brandon Knight agreed to a 5-year deal with the Suns.
I know a lot of people criticize the Enes Kanter deal because apparently he's like a boozer. He plays no defense.
Right.
And sometimes there's games that he just disappears. So we'll see how we'll see how he handles the boozer money.
Right. Kawhi Leonard, as we said, signed a big 5-year deal, deservedly so.
Absolutely. More deservedly so than Jimmy Butler.
They're both very similar players.
They are very similar players, and I'm sure Leonard could score more if he was relied to do that.
Right.
If he was relied on more, except now Aldridge is coming in, taking tremendous pressure off of him.
Jeremy Lin, he continues to move from team to team. He signed with the Hornets, so he'll be with the Hornets this year. I'm trying to... Yeah, of course, Wesley Matthews is now with the Mavericks, and he had a nice deal there. And Middleton on the Bucks, he stays with the Bucks. He signed a deal. So.
He got an outrageous deal.
I know. I mean, come on.
He averaged 12 points, and I think he got $75 million.
An exciting thing for Milwaukee is they ended up getting Greg Monroe, signing a 3-year deal, I think it is. 25-year-old center. I mean, he's pretty good.
Honestly, I would have kind of rather the Bulls have him and then Pau Gasol. Not that Pau's bad. It's just that's a massive age difference.
Right.
But 25 and 36, I mean, that's massive.
Timofey Mozgov is back for another season with the Cavaliers.
Did you hear how much money Matthew Dellavedova wants from Cleveland?
No, I didn't hear how. I'm sure it's outrageous how much.
He wants $5 million a year.
Ooh, that's a little too high.
I wouldn't even pay him $1 million.
I'd say about $1 million is probably what he's worth. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably less. The funny thing is that when LeBron James said when he re-signed the statement, he listed almost every player from from last year's team, like the players that they kept, and the only player he didn't list was Dellavedova.
Right.
So maybe LeBron doesn't.
Maybe
like
there's
him.
Something to that.
I wouldn't like Matthew Dellavedova. He's not good.
Right. 37-year-old Paul Pierce has a 3-year deal with the Clippers now.
He's an upgrade for the Clippers, though.
Yeah, he is an upgrade for the Clippers.
Brings experience and clutch shooting.
Luke Ridnour keeps getting thrown around, obviously. The Raptors part ways with veteran Ridnour. He's been moving from team to team. Rajon Rondo signed a 1-year deal with the Kings.
Yeah, the Kings and the Lakers really got snubbed in free agency by everyone.
Oh, yeah. Iman Shumpert signed a 4-year deal with the Cavs, which kind of surprised me a little bit.
I wasn't shocked, but I was just stunned that Cleveland thought Iman Shumpert was worth $10 million a year.
Right, and then of course J.R. Smith opted out. He says he wants to return. Nothing's happened from that really yet.
Oh, I'm sure he will. Do you know Cleveland's team salary projected this year is supposed to be like over $140 million?
Yeah, they might have to pay a luxury tax. I don't know.
I think they'll be. I mean, that'll be like an 80 or 100. That'll be like $80 million in luxury taxes.
Right. The Heat signed Amari Stoudemire. Which, I mean, Stoudemire, he's kind of way past due.
And the Heat also probably got the steal of the draft.
That's true. They definitely did.
I forget his name.
He was with
Justin something.
Was he on Arizona? I think he was on the Arizona Wildcats, and he was very good.
Justin Winslow? No,
it wasn't Justice Winslow. I can look that up after we're done with this,
too. They got a great pick.
Yeah, well, because people thought he would go at least 4. People thought he'd be in top 4. I think the Heat took him 9th or 10th overall.
And so, the Knicks passed on him, showing that they don't... I mean, a lot of people don't know what the Knicks are thinking.
Right. Tristan Thompson agreed to a new deal with the Cavs.
A max deal, 5 years, $80 million.
Dwayne Wade is... back with the Heat. He's 33 years old. I thought he was a little older than that.
Remember he said he wanted a max deal from the Heat?
Yeah, that's almost impossible for them to do. I don't know. Let's see. What else happened? Mo Williams is coming back to the Cavaliers. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, that I guess they want backup at the point guard position because Matthew Dellavedova didn't get it done backing up Kyrie Irving. I'm sure they want more guys that can that can play because David Blatt was playing nobody.
Right.
Yeah, thinking that he could win the NBA Finals with a 7-man rotation.
Lou Williams signed a new contract with the Lakers. The Knicks signed Derek Williams, and David West is also on the Spurs now. That'll give him some extra depth. He could possibly start.
I was stunned that he opted out of $12 million to sign a veterans minimum with the Spurs.
Right.
And then the Knicks signed Robin Lopez. The Knicks, isn't it they sign like a lot of mid-tier guys to like contracts to paying them like they're top-tier guys?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, I don't think they'll be that much better this year. I mean, obviously they'll probably have a full season of Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, you're right. They did take Justice Winslow with the number 10 pick. I forgot there was some guy on Arizona who went pretty late. He was projected a lot higher than what he was. But yeah, Justice Winslow, that's certainly a steal. The Heat might be a pretty good team next year.
Yeah, they was supposed to be. Yeah, I mean, he probably would have gone to number 4 if the Knicks had a better front office.
Right.
But we'll see how Kristaps Porzingis does because honestly, they're talking about how great he's been doing in the summer league, and I look at his stats; they're not that great. His shooting percentage is bad. He's averaging like 7 points.
Right. What was the? Oh, here we go. It was Stanley Johnson from Arizona. He went 8th to the Detroit Pistons, and there was another Arizona player too who went pretty late. I will try to find it. I don't know. I can't find it. But yeah, and then of course...
What school did Bobby Portis go to?
He was on Arkansas. He was the SEC Player of the Year.
Yeah, he was another guy that fell a lot longer than he should have.
People thought he'd be going, 16, 17, 18, something like that.
Yeah, something like the 14 range maybe. And the funny thing with him is that the Bulls drafted him. He had made all those angry and negative tweets about how much he hated the Bulls.
Yeah.
Down with D Rose, #Heat Nation.
Yeah,
kick their ass.
That's all right. I mean, he apologized for it.
Yeah, he did apologize.
Cool. To that he would see that coming and apologize for it. He's done really well in the summer league.
Him and someone else on the Bulls is doing really well.
Well, McDermott's done okay.
McDermott,
yeah.
There's another guy I think that's doing really well for them too.
There's been a lot of good things to come out of the summer league. Maybe Gar Forman and John Paxson knew what they were doing. I mean, still you have Fred Hoiberg in his first year, which will always be tough. There's not going to be very high expectations for this Bulls team, but I mean they're expected to be a good team, a good playoff team, and hopefully they can make it past the second round. It'll be tough because the NBA is changing so much with teams going to with players going to different teams and everything. But I think the East is still somewhat weak.